Hey guys, it's Greg by the Bootstraps, b2bootstraps.com. Check out the store, check out the social media links will be below. Wanted to make a video today regarding the squad members, the 4 freshman Democratic senators, not senators but congressional leaders, particularly Omar, and some of the things that she's saying. Plus, I also want to contrast that with some of the hypocrisy we're seeing from these Democrat people and how they're portraying Trump and all this stuff, because Trump sent out a tweet to Omar. You know, Omar now, the same Omar who is being investigated for tax fraud, possibly immigration fraud, and there are speculative rumors that, depending on which news source you look at, are saying that she married her brother for entering, so that he could enter the country. It's very convoluted. She refuses to comment on the story, which is only kind of fueling those speculations. More to come on that, I guess, and we'll weigh it as that proceeds. But anyway, she has constantly, since she's been elected, been sending out tweets and making statements that have been very anti-Semitic, anti-American, you know, and has been trashing the president, things like that, which that's fine, that's cool. You know, you have every right to do that if you want to, you know. But Trump made a tweet back, and I'm sure everyone has seen this by now, but he made a tweet back basically telling her, hey, you know, you're a refugee from Somalia who's been elected to Congress, and you don't like what America stands for. You don't like, you know, our allies. You don't like, you know, the people that we align ourselves with or our values. You know, if you don't like it so much, why don't you go back to your country to fix it and then come back to us and show us what you did? It was basically a sarcastic way of saying, if you don't like it, leave. Now, I actually agree with the president on this one. You know, I don't agree with the whole, you know, he's attacking a woman of color. It doesn't matter. You know, she's a representative and she's making a fool of herself, and she is, by most people's standards, anti-American. You know, she's a Somali immigrant, you know, or refugee too, you know, which people are going to say, okay, what does that make a difference? Well, actually, there is something to be said there. We've got this immigration issue going on, you know, illegal immigration issue. We've got these issues coming in with refugees that are being transported to America to basically live as citizens. They have access to, you know, the things that we would have access to. And quite frankly, I want to know, if you're coming in as a refugee for a specific issue, whether that be a civil uprising or a war between rival fractions or economic or whatever, once that situation has been resolved in your country, why aren't we sending them back to their country? You know, I'm all for helping people, and I think most people are for helping people, especially people who are being, like, say, in a genocidal situation that they can't control. I'm all for assisting those who need assistance, but once that problem has been alleviated and been resolved, they need to go back. You know, it's that simple. So the president makes this tweet, says, hey, you know, if you don't like it, go back. Well, now everyone on the Democratic side in the news media is screaming about how racist the president is. I can't believe this, you know, this false outrage, you know, false outrage, false moral outrage is what it is. It's hypocrisy at its finest. Because all these same people who are condemning the president, even though he didn't say anything racist, but all these people who are condemning the president, where have they been for the last 3 years when Trump and his supporters have been called Nazis, white trash, fuckers, and a whole plethora of other things? I mean, you've got people out there saying that the president and his daughter have an incestual relationship, you know? So it's cool to say that. It's cool to categorize everyone who voted for Trump, or maybe just don't hate him, as Nazis. You're going to literally compare people to the SS, to the Germans of the 1930s and 40s that murdered millions of people. You know, in AOC, just so you know, concentration camps that people willfully go to is not the same as concentration camps that people can't leave. Dumbass. Anyway, the hypocrisy is staggering. You know, all these cries, this false moral outrage, you know, it's insulting, you know. And if they keep this crap up, which quite frankly I kind of hope they do, this squad of 4, yeah, keep it up. You know, you have one of the people there who actually came out and say, you know, if you're a brown face, if you're Hispanic, if you're queer, if you're this, if you have like this persona, this projection, then you have to be lock, stock, and step with everything they believe. And God forbid you walk off that plantation, because if you do, we don't need people like you. Wow. Wow. Talk about fascism to an extreme. I'm actually glad that the president said it. I actually wish, we would send back these refugees, which at this point would include Omar. You came over here on a refugee status, you can take your happy little ass back there and fix the shit going on over there. In Somalia, where they throw people in prison if they get an abortion, or they throw people in prison if they happen to be gay, or numerous of other things. But somehow we're screwing it up. Bye bye. Anyway, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you later.